Up, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and today we are going to be talking about the unions that are in Bless Unleashed. Now, unions, as you know, are basically some of the skills that you get upon reaching level 16 or 17, or you just get to level 12 through 16 on one of your campaign missions in Ardell. The first union that you're going to be coming across is going to be down, and you're going to be down south, and you're going to be helping someone get into the Ardell camp, which is going to be right here. That's where you get your first union quest to do the artisan, and then you go down over this way will be your first union skill for the Sentinels. And lastly, the last union skill that you're going to activate is going to be the Court of the Ravens, which will be right here. And you can kind of just choose which union you want to follow. And everyone always asks me, which one should I pick? So I want you guys to kind of be the judge and decide for yourselves. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of union gameplay from each of the classes. So without further ado, here we go. This first class is going to be the Union Core of the Ravens. To reach level 4, you have to get around 100,000, XP. So first I think it's like 10,000, then 20,000, then 50,000, then 100,000 Core XP. And you get XP from doing quest missions. So if you see this like bulletin, Union quest board, I'll walk up to it. That's how you get certain quests to get XP. And if you pay attention to it, let's see. There's XP, for example. This will give me 100 Artisan XP. That is a waste of time, and I don't want to bother with that at all. So I am not going to do that quest. I'm looking for 2,500 or higher. So as you can see, this one gives me 2,500 Artisan XP. And that'll give me a significant boost, and not only that, but it gives you credit. So you gotta really pay attention to those quests every single day. You can do all these quests if you want, but for personally, like, time is valuable in this game. So I'm only gonna be doing the ones that give me 2,500 and give me 500 Union credit. So with that said, the Core of the Ravens, once you do all of your campaign quests, you get, I'll show you all the missions you get. So you get this mission here, gives you 2,500, 500 Core of the Ravens. This one as well, this one as well. So that's 3 plus 4 plus 5, and the last one's going to be like right here, 6. So that's 6 times 2,500, just to make it simple, 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. That's about 15,000, Cord XP, every 3 hours. Actually minus the regional right here. And that's extremely important because the Core of the Ravens is the only one that will get you to max level in basically 2 or 3 days, versus the rest will take you a lot longer. So now let's talk about the union skills that the Core of the Ravens has to offer. Core of the Ravens gives you stuff like increased PV critical hit rate, more HP restored by potions plus 10%, increased PvP defense. These are the ones that I use, which probably in my opinion are the most important. Defense 500, absolutely. When you're going against mages, you definitely need this one, and if you ever get critted on, that's extremely important. What's up, Make It Train? And lastly, when I want to do more attacks, definitely get that extra 200 attack damage. But if I want to value more stamina, that's all here too. All of these are just kind of, nice little perks, but I'm not really going to use that. So with that said, let's see if I can go find someone to kill by most likely Hellhounds. Hopefully, they don't take it to heart. But as I, head over there, let's just keep talking about Core of the Ravens. The Core of the Ravens is probably the one thing that you will find useful in open world and in Red Basin and 3s, because you get so many benefits outside of, reaching notoriety. You get to take these skills into both Red Basin and 3s and open world, and you just reap all the benefits. For example, if I get attacked, I get that defense. If I don't get attacked, if I attack someone else, so there's someone right here from the Royal Guard. I'm gonna attack him. Unfortunately, hold on. Let me just send him a message, give him a little warning. See, I'm a PK for a video. As you can see, there it is. He's probably going to attack me here, and I'm going to use the Core of the Ravens ability right here. Come on, kill me, buddy. Kill me. So as you can see, I'm down, and he got me killed. So that ability that I used, it would only work in Red Basin, but it basically keeps you alive. But aside from that, if I had actually full sent it, he would basically attack me, and I'll be able to kill him and then just get like notoriety and you get boosts from that. What I mean by that is like there's certain perks. Let's see, thank you, Hellhounds. Let's see. All right. Alright, so now you guys got to see a little bit of Core of the Ravens. Let me switch over to the Artisan trait. I know it's not really showing you much of the Core of the Ravens boost, but the thing is, it's whatchamacallit. How do I put this? It's just kind of like a short little insight. The biggest perks I want you to walk out of is the fact that do your campaigns and you can get to level 4 immediately versus this next one. I just got to level 4 and it took me such a long time to get to level 4, but it is completely worth it. Honestly, getting it to level 3 is probably the best perk, but if you're an avid farmer, then definitely get it to level 4. And what I mean by that is if you're an avid farmer, you get to have a perk like you can gather while mounted. I use Whirlwind Belt for PvP, make it train. Rage is extremely important, especially in 3s or in Basin. I could use a damage belt, but there's no point in not being able to damage if you don't have Rage. So here I have my Priest. He has a max level Artisan trait as well, and you get all these perks here. You know, increase, that's not important, you know, to me personally. Increase HP from gathering, not really important. This is extremely important for gathering, so definitely use that. Increase XP gain from gathering, mining, and login speed. That you can use that if you just want to focus on, you know, mining. But the ones that I mainly use are these 3 right here. Not this one really. Like I don't really gather, so this is irrelevant to me. I'll just buy things that I need. 1, 2, and 3. So improved harvest, unparalleled production, and flawless efficiency. And when you use these skills, you can actually craft a lot of different things. So I'm actually going to organize this real quick to attachments so I can find the Dawn Essence that's here. And I'm probably just going to buy a couple of Pyrite just so I can show you what it's like to craft your consumables. So going here, I have Dawnfern. Hopefully I have some Pyrite. Okay, so I have 16 Pyrite. Hopefully the perk triggers, but here we go. So this is, believe it or not, pretty stale and boring. So if you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing this for basically a while if you have items in bulk. But doing this in bulk will net you the most worth and the most gains, because the more you craft, the more free stuff you get on top of it that you can sell. So like you can do, on the one hand, keep the stuff that you are supposed to make and then sell the stuff that you make for free for profit. For example, I'm in the process of making 8 Dawn Essence, right? But I have a Union ability to, 1, not waste any materials, and a second perk to make additional items when crafting. So I'm hoping one of them triggered. So it says a total of 8 items have been crafted, Artisan trait has been activated, and material has been returned. So what that means is, even though I crafted 8, I should be out of materials, correct? But that's not true. I can actually craft a bit more. So as you can see, I can craft 1 more item. And the thing is, if you start doing this with other different foods that require more than 1 process, you can actually get even more free stuff. So for example, I walked in with 8, but now I'm walking out with 9. But that's, you know, the process doesn't stop there. So I'm going to go to Panaceas, and I'm going to craft supposedly 9 Panacea of Blades. Or 4, let's see, oh, that's why, because I need some more holy plant. Let's go walk over and get that. So be mindful that the stuff that you do get is going to be, you have to buy it or just craft it or find it yourself. And if you're as lazy as I am with a lot of seeds, you're most likely just going to buy it yourself. Alright, so And you can only do this if you have the luxury of spending seeds. But, you know, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you guys what it's like to have that, you know, trait active. Alright, back on I go. Sorry guys, I had to sneeze. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to craft supposedly 9 with a non-essence, and we're going to see how much we make. Again, this isn't for everybody. If you're big on crafting, then this will be for you. I do hope in the future they make the crafting process a lot quicker, because I've actually had to do work on the side or listen to music while watching TV while doing this in the background. For example, like I crafted like over 100 Panaceas blades and over 100 elixirs, and that took hours. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it really was. Like I had to put aside that I needed to do this for the rest of the evening, because there was no way I could do this and be ready, you know, dungeon ready. I mean, if you do this maybe like 10 potions at a time and then do dungeons and come back and do 10 potions at a time, then I can see that that could be possible. Oh, and also I do apologize if I am talking fast. I just have so much information to give, and sometimes I do ramble on, so I am sorry. But back to, you know, the union trait. You can make a lot of money, but be mindful of what you're making. In my opinion, the best things to craft are going to be potions and panaceas and elixirs. They require the least amount of items, and they give you the most amount of gains back. Cooking, for example, like, you know, the curries and the food, just take too much of a long process for my taste. And don't make me as much money as panaceas, elixirs, and potions that I do from the alchemy station. So now let's see, I crafted 9 panaceas. Let's see, artisan trait has been activated. Your product has been upgraded to a +1. So I crafted 9, but I'm walking away with 10. Unfortunately, my other trait didn't activate to keep, you know, essence. But at the end of the day, I started off with 8 and walked away with a +2 for the most part. So that is what it's like to have the union skill for the artisan. You don't get to do that skill though when you're using like the forges and stuff like that here. And do remember that you can only benefit from these whatchamacallit, recipes if you have them max level. I mean, certain potions and recipes are only activated from level 7 and above. So make sure you level these up. The last skill, I guess I would say, for the you know, artisan is this little cool little disguise trick that you can do. You know, you can just change, you get your health back, and you can just kind of disguise yourself. Just a fun little perk, not necessarily something that's going to be like detrimental to the game. I don't really understand the purpose behind it. You can't do it for another like 10 minutes until the update, which is going to be 5 minutes now on cooldown. But again, the last perk is just, you know, being able to mine while mounted, but you guys have seen that in my previous videos. But that's pretty much it for the union. To go back to what I was saying, there are union quests down here, but they don't give you as much as the 2 quests up here. There's 1 quest here and 1 quest here, so you can only get about maybe 5,000. Normally for sure 2,500 XP every 3 hours, and you might get lucky and get 5,000 every 3 hours. But that's just like, it's a long, grueling process. So I'm gonna switch to the last union, which is gonna be the Sentinel. While I'm changing, I will say this: for your artisan, make sure that you choose someone that is extremely useful in killing things quickly and efficiently. Honestly, if I could have switched my artisan, I would have made an alternate and put it on a ranger, a mage, or a berserker. I do kill things pretty good with the priest, but it just kind of, sometimes when I try to do those regionals, it takes me a bit longer than I would like to. So for example, I could finish it in probably, let's say, in a minute on a mage with a meteor or a berserker. It takes me about 2 to 5 minutes on a priest. So it's just not really a game changer, but it's just, you know, it's kind of taxing. Can I use artisan abilities in dungeons? It's not really dungeon, you know, heavy. Same thing with the Core of the Ravens. You don't really use it in dungeons. It's more for Red Basin and threes. Now the next one, which is going to be more for dungeons. So early on, I can see the Sentinels being useful, but later on in the game, I can't really picture the the Sentinel Union to be useful because I don't even use it. Half the time I forget that I even have abilities from the Sentinels. So unfortunately, what I'm probably going to do with my 5 characters is honestly switch them all to the Court of the Ravens because I do plan on PvPing with them all eventually. And those perks are pretty much huge. If anything, you definitely need them if you want to be one of the top players in the game because missing out on, for example, on that minus 27% critical hit damage is kind of big in a fight because if you get hit, that will hit you much harder than someone who's using that ability plus the 200 extra damage. Now, for the Sentinels, here are some of the traits that you can use. Level 1, it's free for everybody. You get free recovery from near death in a dungeon, and you can use this for a couple of days in Indomitable Will. So that's actually pretty cool. That way you don't always have to use your star seeds. You can get your increased defense, potion, and elixir duration, and increased aggro from monsters doesn't really work in my opinion. Let's see, this doesn't really work in my opinion. Decreased aggro from monsters doesn't really work when you hit really hard. You rescue players from near death 20% faster. I've never had, felt like I needed to buy that in a dungeon. I've never used it. Let's see, on my other character that I hire, Sentinel Union trait, grants a 20% chance to not consume a healing potion when used. This I could see being useful for people that don't have star seeds, like I do, because it does save you pots. But it doesn't really trigger as much as you would like. Let's see, other players rescue from near death 30% faster. If you don't die, it's kind of pointless, and if you do die, most of the times, if you're easy to get, res 1 and res 2, and you're never gonna get picked up res 3. Increase max stamina 10%. Personally, it'd be cool in my opinion to be able to actually level up all these and have all the perks, but the game set it up so you can only choose one union at a time. But yeah, the only things you're really going to be using from the Sentinels is going to be able to pick up people from the ground and the free death. So when someone is down in a dungeon, you use your ability. This will pick up everybody within the area. So let's say there's 3 or 4 people knocked in the dungeon. Everyone's already used all their starseed recoveries, and you think it looks grim, and everyone's about to die, and it looks like the dungeon's going to be over. You just kind of pop that bad boy and pick everybody up. You sacrifice half of your health so everybody can be reborn with 1 HP. But that is legitimately the only perk, in my opinion, that is useful with the Sentinels. And half the time, most people that have it don't even remember that they even have this perk and don't even use it. So that's all the information that I can kind of give you quickly, or as quickly as I can and efficiently, for the unions. You decide what you want to do with it. I will say this, the Sentinels, there's a quest here that you have to kill Kinex. That gives you 2500 XP, and there's maybe like 2 or 3 more. I just don't have it on this character, so you can't see it. But that's about it. The only thing I can mention is that every single union has specific artisans that you can purchase things from. For example, when you go to the Sentinel Shop, there's only things you can buy from the Sentinels, and only you can use while you are in the Sentinels. And what I mean by that is, when you are in the Sentinels Union, you can only you can buy like a portable soul pyre, if you will. Let's see. I'm actually gonna go here just so you can check it out for yourself. The Court of the Ravens, for example, you can buy a face mask or an ambush mask to cloak your appearance. You can kill people. You can track people down with perks. You can use this thing called the Kinetic Buffer. And these are all things you can buy based off the level of your union. So be choosy about which union you choose, because certain things you can buy at the union. So this is a Sentinel Shop, and I can buy these things only with Sentinel credit. So this is specific to Sentinel's temporary camp, and this is like the soul pyre that I was talking about. Let's go visit a Court of the Ravens shop, so you can see that one. Okay, so Court of the Ravens, if I remember correctly, it's right here. I like the stuff that the Court of the Ravens has to offer. It has a lot of cool stuff, but by far my favorite shop is going to be the Artisan Shop. The Artisan Shop gives you stuff that you can use, like a portable warehouse, a warp scroll, lunch boxes that you can use in or outside of dungeons, or when in times of peace. So I don't know. I used to look down on the Artisan Union, but it is honestly the best. So here's a kinetic buffer that you can use in PvP. What this does is protects you from CC or immunities from a lot of different things, like that stun you. This helps you track people. The ambush mask I was telling you about. This is a drunk honey mead that makes you drunk. You can summon gravestones, and there's actually, if I'm not mistaken, a labor contract. There it is. You can kill someone and have them work in your estate. Um, that's one of the best things, in the game, in my opinion. I can't remember where exactly the Artisan Union is off the top of my head, but let me see if I can think of quickly if it's right here, if I'm not mistaken. There is a Union merchant here, so I'm gonna bank that it's right there. If it's not, then I do apologize because I don't want this video to go longer than it already has. There's just so much information to share with you guys, and I know a lot of people, like I said, they ask which one to choose, and it really boils down to what do you want to do on that character. If you want a PvP on that character, then choose Core of the Ravens and make sure that you want to make a PvP build for that character, because once you are, don't feel like you're locked in, because the best thing about the Core of the Ravens is that it's not, you don't have to be in that union if you change your mind at the end of the day. You can definitely leave a union once you join. Unfortunately, um, Unfortunately, that was a Sentinels one, so I'm gonna try one more spot. If not, then when you come across a union that's the Artisan, you can check out the shop for yourself. I was just kind of hoping I can get this done for you guys, in one go. But in terms of importance, I would say for crafting, since I'm big on crafting now, it's kind of like a pastime I do, and it makes me a lot of money. I have 10 million seeds on my priest because of the fact that I craft. Unfortunately, this is another Sentinels merchant. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't know where the Union shop is for the Artisan. Let's see if I can check one more location. I'm gonna check this last spot. This is one more Union merchant that I can check. But if you do choose the Artisan, make sure you use it on a character that you can kill mobs quickly and efficiently, because the last thing you want to do is be on a character that takes forever to finish a regional on, and you don't want to be stuck doing that. So here we go. Finally, we found a union for the Artisan. So as you can see, you got a lunchbox. This is the best thing for maps. If you are grinding treasure maps and trying to get treasure map mounts, this is the place to go. I use this and I abuse this. Like, it's literally one of the best things in the game to just kind of go back and forth to treasure map hunt, and I'll do another video explaining what I mean by that. But there is no other class that can save you so much more time than the Artisan, being able to summon a warehouse wherever you want. What I've learned with these unions too, that I don't know if this is hearsay, but people have told me the warp scrolls place you in front of a treasure chest or an ancient chest. But yeah, that's about it. Everything else is just the same thing, similar to like the Sentinels. But that's pretty much it. There's just so much in this video that I had to go over. Sorry for all the information and a little bit. If I felt like I digressed and kind of went on a tangent, I do apologize. But that's pretty much it. I'm kind of excited because in 2 more days we're going to go off into the next update into the game. If you do have any questions and if you feel uncertain about your union sale or which one to pick, go ahead and ask me questions in the comments below. But pretty soon I'm going to be basically trying out some new games, so I do hope that you guys are patient with me and trying out new other games and new content, because I'm most likely going to be trying out Destiny or the new Call of Duty games. What do you guys think? Or if you guys have any other MMOs that you want me to try out, feel free to share. I have been hearing stuff about Genshin Impact. I kind of been sleeping on that, but who knows. But sorry, I'm losing my voice. Thank you guys for everything. Thanks you guys for constantly always supporting, and thank you guys for literally always being there. I mean, I do this for fun. I don't get paid at all, but even if for doing this for fun, I will say that it looks like YouTube might be giving me a payout for the first time in like 6 months, as like I said, as a fun hobbies. But I'll keep you guys posted. I like to be transparent and help you guys out. And again, if you're on Xbox and you're on Luminous and if you want to join a guild, I'm going to be creating a new guild most likely, or revamping my old one to help you. I'm going to be making a lot of new gear sets for everybody. But that's it for me, guys. I'm not going to be on till later tonight. I'm gonna be on most likely around 6 or 7 o'clock during core time to play some Red Base. And thank you guys again for always being supporters. Thank you guys for always liking, subscribing. Feel free to share it with your friends. And if they ever have any questions, I will always be here to help in any way that I can. Wolfie, I'm actually signing off right now. Thanks for stopping by to say hello for a bit. And thanks for following Trinity Reigns. Take it easy, guys, and don't forget to follow the socials, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, which is the Guitarist562. And as always, remember, guys, stay blessed. Take it easy, guys.